Hello all. I just realized I forgot to switch to the non-squeaky chair because, I've been moving around a little bit and I don't want to squeak every time I move. This is the beautiful Millennium Falcon. I've ripped it all apart. This is the, oh gosh, I wrote it on the description. How many pieces is it? 1,330 piece Millennium Falcon. Yet again, I'm annoyed that they didn't write the piece number on the instructions. The instructions are for this one specific thing. Why wouldn't you put the piece number on it? I don't know. I just. Since I recently did the BB-8 Lego, that took me 2.5 hours. I just guessed. This one actually doesn't have that many more pieces than that one does. It's just that the pieces themselves are bigger. So it just seems like a bigger set. I was shocked when I looked it up at how many pieces they actually had. I did not take apart the different figures. That's how dedicated I am. So everything's all organized and nice and pretty and ready to go. I just need to throw it together. I'd like to thank everybody that comes in and watches this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what I did wrong. Let me know what I did right. If you want me to do something differently, let me know. I hope you enjoy. Let's do this thing. It has been a long time. I think it's probably going to, just like the BB-8, it's going to take just as long to rip this apart. It took me like 2.5 hours to rip it apart because I had to dust it off. I don't know how people keep their Legos from getting super, super dusty when they're sitting out on display. Because they're so hard to clean, I used my Scrub Daddy duster to dust it, which I need to clean it again. It works very well. I had to clean it a couple times because it's just so darn dusty. But lucky for us, it's plastic. So plastic is much easier to clean than other things. As always, I lay out all the pieces I'm going to use and then I put them together and trying to ensure that I don't miss anything. Because I would like this time to not end up with extra pieces. I know that's a big ask for myself, but I really don't want to end up with extra pieces this time. It always happens. I try to make sure I'm doing it right, but it doesn't take a lot to miss something and end up having to go back through. Let's not be like BB-8 yesterday where I ended up with extra pieces that did not even go to that set. I don't know what happened. I don't know. I really don't. This one drives nuts. I tried to set it up this time where most of them are over here and only the big ones are on this side. I say that there's colors that are clearly that's not right if you look at it, but that way I can get all of the pieces over on this side as quickly as possible because the OCD in me, or whatever it may be, loves it that way. That's what I want. That's what my brain wants. I'm back again wearing my Star Wars sweatshirt, and I have my Star Wars sweatpants on tonight. My Boba Fett sweats that I got that are actually men's sweats. I mean, so they're a little bit big, but they were on clearance, so how could I not buy them? That's how I got all my stuff. Sweatshirt was clearance. Although with the sweatshirt, I'm slightly disappointed I didn't buy more than one of them at the time because they were so cheap. So that way I could have had them for longer, but that's just me. I find something I like, I want to buy multiples. That's how I roll. Because I'll just keep wearing the same thing over and over again. But me. that the right one? No. Clearly this has holes in it. Does this have holes in it? No, it does not. No, it does not. You want this one. Oh, my biggins. I'm on top of things, clearly. Doing my Millennium Falcon, obviously the best spaceship ever created for the fictional universe. For me, I can't think of anyone that beats the Falcon. I was never really into Trek, so I'm not conflicted in that way. Not that I never watched Trek, but when I was growing up, the Trek that was on was Voyager, which I did watch, but that's clearly upside down. Clearly upside down. I watched Voyager, but I wasn't really. That's not right. It was in syndication, so I don't even know. I probably have not seen every episode of Voyager because it was in syndication. It would have been much harder to see them all. You'd miss random weekends of it, and then you'd, of course, never find that one episode again. It was back before the internet was a thing. I mean, yeah, no, it's before internet was a thing. So it's not like you could look it up and easily find what episode you did and didn't miss. So, oh jeez, this one? This is the fun part where you spend all your time counting everything off to try to make sure that you have it all in the right spot. I like to play with Legos when I was a little kid. And then I reached that teenage year where you're like, you can't possibly play with Legos anymore because you're too old. And then I got out of it, stopped doing Legos. And not even a year later is when the Star Wars Legos started coming out. And I was so disappointed that I had got out of it because, of course, I was at the age where you couldn't possibly do something as embarrassing as play with toys anymore. So, as an adult, like, you definitely should have gotten all those Legos. My parents wouldn't have bought me the big ones, but it would have been nice to at least try because there's obviously a much larger Millennium Falcon that came out. To me, I don't know if it's true or not, I consider that to be one of the first adult Lego sets where they really started selling to the people that had the money to get them to buy stuff, which is a huge market for Legos, obviously. But that, I feel like there's a Superstar Destroyer too. I don't keep up with it as much as I used to, obviously. But life happens, you get distracted. And then you just don't pay attention as much anymore. Also, with Legos, I don't want every set. There's only a few of them that I would love to have. I would like to have the big Millennium Falcon and the big Superstar Destroyer. But those are absurdly expensive, so I highly doubt I'll ever get those. I do want the random set that I desire that I haven't gotten because it's discontinued and I'm too cheap for that, is the sand crawler. Because I want the sand crawler. That's literally the only reason. Every once in a while you like something and there is no actual justification. What's so great about it, I don't know. But it's the one set that I wanted that was never gifted to me. And I should have just bought it myself, but I didn't. Why? I don't know. It never occurred to me, honestly, until it was too late. So, oh well. Yes, I know you can still buy it, but because it's discontinued, I'd be generally concerned if it wasn't real. So, we'll put it on the list of things I might eventually do someday, but it falls under the, clearly I don't want it enough to spend the money to get it, so it's not meant to be. Someday, maybe later, it'll come up and it'll be meant to be, but right now, not so much, no, which is fine. It is what it is. Okay. I really did think while I was taking this one apart that it was much bigger than it actually is. I don't know why. Really weird. Hear me out. Where does it go? Over here. Like this. Great. Look at it all flip over. Oh, skipped a whole entire page. Oh, snap. Now I'm going to start to put together. This one goes here. Okay. The fun part about this is that we'll quickly get rid of a lot of these big pieces at the beginning. So I guess that's one advantage of having just taken it apart, is that I know kind of what it's going to be when it gets back together again. Not that I didn't know it was going to be Millennium Falcon, but know how it's going to go together. Yeep. Just set it right there. And where's the other one I just put in? This one. It's the last one of those. The only one of these. And yes, yet again, I do know that there is a PDF version of these instructions. It's 100% correct, but I prefer to use the paper version because I do actually have it. I have used the PDF version last year for Christmas. Actually, no, it'll be 2 years now. My friend gave me a box of Legos for Christmas. With some of the smaller things had instructions, but a lot of it was just loose Legos. Which I then got the joy of trying to figure out what those loose Legos went to. So there are websites online, that's not it, where you can plug in the number that's on the Lego, which a lot of them, you can't see it because my camera's not that great. But in super small print, they actually have Lego numbers in here. And you can type that Lego number in, and it will give you every set that's ever used that specific piece. You can obviously narrow it down by color, and that can help you find treat it with love and respect. Different sets it might go to, and then I could figure out what they were. And I actually did get a couple different ships, Star Wars ships, in that set. But it was a really cool scavenger hunt. I don't think that's, I mean, she knew I liked Legos. I don't think she realized how much fun I was going to have with them doing that scavenger hunt. And the best part is I got a lot of extra random pieces that I can use in case some of them break. Anybody who's never dealt with Legos a lot may not know, but these connectors break super easily. This hook thingy, they crack all the time, at least for me. So you need to be super careful with them when you use them. And it's best if you've got extras to hoard them, because you will probably end up needing them at some point because they break so easily. It's a super sad time for everyone when that happens. And by everyone, I mean myself. It's really bad. It's really bad. I did have the Ewok Village, which is a great set. I broke the scooter, and the scooter is a custom piece for that set, which means that it's not replaceable. That set is discontinued. You can't order it from the big factory. So because Lego.com has, you can go on there and you can order specific pieces if you need specific ones. This is another reason why you would need to know the number of the piece that you're looking for. But because that one's special, oh, that's not even remotely right, honestly. Skills, kids, skills. Because that one's special, I can't order it. So SOL is how that works. But I don't know if that's wear and tear or I didn't treat it right. I don't know. But it's not a happy time. But because my friend gave me that box of miscellaneous Legos, when I redid Slave 1, and I broke some of those pieces, oh, that's not right. That's not even what those are right. Oh, this is a bigger piece. Yeah. Skills. When I redid Slave 1 and I broke some of those pieces, I was able to use my extras and not end up be missing any in the end. So it came in super handy. Never mind the fact that when I redid, I think Slave 1 was when I redid it, they have special colors that go on its inside that are kind of like landmarks when you make sets. That way you can orientate where your specific piece goes on this. Because it's a huge area, sometimes it can be hard to figure out exactly where the piece is supposed to be. Sometimes they'll put a bright color like this one in there. So that way you can see, oh, hey, it's only 4 spots down from that piece or whatever. So you can more easily find it. I had one of those that was missing out of the middle. And I honestly, how do you not have the orientating piece in its spot? Like, it doesn't even make sense. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, I tell you. Where's the blank we spelled? It's at that point you're a complete failure. Honestly, I can't even. I don't know what happened. I don't know how you missed that piece. It's funny, but no. It happens. But it's still not. It's not pleasant. It's not uplifting. Where is that one? Oh, this one. It's always fun to have this nice big thing. I'm surprised it didn't fall apart. It's on one piece. It's a great way to keep them all organized when you're doing a set. Clicking them all together. Just whatever you do when you're organizing, never put the small ones together. I mean, these you can if you do it like this, but never put them flat on together, purely because it's such a pain in the ass to get them all apart. It's going to fight you. Oh, see, not even remotely right. Backwards. It's going to fight you the entire way. Sit. Okay. Well, it's time to flip it over. The dulcet sounds dropping it on the floor. I don't know how well that picks it up, but constantly. Go in there. Sit. 14 hours ago, we set out. Come on. There we go. Somebody has bigger fingers. That might actually be a problem. I try to get that to go in. Not a big problem. Okay. One of these. 3 of these. Yet again, what do we do the whole entire time? Count. We count. There's those 3. 2 of these. And 1. And I got that one. Is it this side? All we do the entire time is count. 5, 10, 12. Okay, these 3. You have to do this setup for first because it's May the 4th, and you have to do it now. Also because, tomorrow I better go back to being an adult and working and all that fun stuff. So do it today before I get busy with other things. This one. It's inevitable. Some of these, obviously, I've already put the stickers on them. So I'm going to call it now. At some point, I'm going to put something in. And then I'm going to be like, put the sticker on. I'm like, great. Now I got to rip it off, put the one with the sticker on it. only a matter of time. That's not what we wanted. I want the black big in. Oh, great. And then 8 of that one. Joy. Is it 6? Yeah. 3, 6, 7, 8. And then where is the big? Oh, you cannot miss that big of a piece. Just saying. Is it fell? Okay, we'll get back to that. I'll put these in. We're waiting for that one to magically show itself, because that's how we roll. Oh, this one right here. See? Did it show up? Yes, it did. It's only a matter of time. Where's the 3 go? Oh, right there. Beep. Well, on to bag 2. There are no bags, but this one, at the beginning, it didn't say how many bags there were in the whole box. Last time when it said there was 4, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how small this set is, because I have Hogwarts Castle, which had like 30, 40 bags or something ridiculous. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. So I see one that only had 6. I'm like, well, this is going to take 3 seconds to put together. What's this one? Here I was trying to find that special piece. Like, no, you have 7,000 of them. So much so that you made a section for them because there were just too many to leave. These things randomly set in places. Thankfully, I was able to easily get them out with the awesome, awesome tools. These babies, which you really need two. They give you one in each of the bigger sets, but you need two so that you can pry sets apart easier. The first set I did streaming, I realized finally that the back side of these is used for popping them open. It has enough of you can get underneath and get them out. The ones that you can't get purchase on, I've had those for years, and it never once occurred to me. Yes, I know there's literally instructions that tell you how to do it, but did I read the instructions for how to use the tool? No, I was too excited to know that it existed. Because I grew up back in the day when you had no tool. Your tool was your fingers, and it causes great pain and suffering. The things we had to endure back in the day that kids today will never understand. That was our trial and tribulation, getting the Lego piece off. Because it is inevitable when you're putting a Lego set together, you will eventually put something in the wrong spot, and then you're going to have to try to get it back off again. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Me sharing my trauma with all of you. Let's try to connect in on it just by setting it on. That's so cool. That's not the right one. I got the wedge version, not the flat one. Oh, that's a wedge, whatever. Did I ever learn the names of these things? No, but I clearly know that they exist. Purely because I obviously had to look them up on the internet to see what things were, but good news is, if I can't find it now, I can just get one of my extras and use it, and then later on, when I find the other one, I can just put it back in the box. Oh gosh, let's put these down before I use it. That's not right. Honestly, is that what that goes? No. Read the instructions, do what it tells you to do. Okay, and then we can look for this one better. These things that I'm using to keep the Legos organized is actually from the puzzle board. Anybody who watches social media may have seen the boards you use for jigsaw puzzles that have the drawers on the side. Where is the flipping piece? That have the drawers on the side so you can put puzzle pieces in it. I've never actually used it for puzzle pieces, but it occurred to me when I was doing a Lego set, it would be great to use the side with the lip. That way you can push the pieces around and have them still strapped in the thing and not run away. Although I had these organized earlier and I was walking around and I brushed this one and I almost knocked it on the floor. And it was a pretty scary moment. We're like, for the love of Pete, don't knock that thing onto the floor because it's all organized and pristine. Don't make me cry. This piece, this next one, you're not gonna be able to see it in here. So in this, I have 3 different grays. I've got this one and this one, but I also have the third kind, which is the shiny kind. You can tell it's different. The problem is when you get into the instructions, there's actually another color gray that I don't have in the set, which is great, is when you get in the instructions, you get an instruction for this piece, and you're trying to figure out if they want this one or this one. You can kind of tell there's a slight difference, but it depends on the angle. You can tell that this one's lighter. This is the shiny one, and this is just the gray one. I know, there's glare on the camera. But when looking at the instructions, you really can't tell. It's the bane of my existence. In the instructions, the shiny gray one is shiny-ish in the instructions, but still, it's very hard to tell, honestly. It is a thing that I've struggled with greatly when putting these together is to figure out, oh, that's backwards, whether it's the shiny gray or it's the normal one. And it drives me up the wall. It goes for some of the other ones too. This one doesn't have the problem. The Hogwarts Castle had the problem. It had a lot of super small pieces that were see-through, not completely transparent, but slightly transparent, and it had different colors. So it wasn't just clear, no color. It was also, different shades, and it made it super hard when you had the different shades to be able to figure out which one they actually wanted. It was a struggle. Yeah. It wouldn't be remotely surprising if I ended up going through this one and I end up being missing one or the other color. And it'd be possible that the last time I put this together, I couldn't find the correct color, so I just put whatever one I had in there, and it was just wrong because I couldn't figure out where I put the wrong one in. I wouldn't be remotely surprised if that came to pass. Good news, I have extra pieces. That's not really, I can fix that. I'll be annoyed with myself, but I can fix that. I have the extras, the box of extras that I have to, because if anybody's who ever had Lego sets, especially the bigger ones, they generally, the smaller the pieces like these, you'll end up with extras. And also I've had numerous advent calendars, and so the advent calendars also have extra pieces. And then you have the box of Legos that my friend got me for Christmas. So between all of those, you end up, if it's a small piece, then I will probably have an extra, and it's not the end of the world. Gosh, what was the set I did? Oh, I did Hedwig. When I did the Hedwig one, I actually did not have the piece. I was genuinely surprised I didn't have the extra piece I needed. It is missing one. It is from the outside, from the base of the set. I don't know what happened. But I got to the end. I guess it's possible that that it's just lurking somewhere. It will magically appear. Okay, is it this one or this one? Because where it's at is on carpeted floor, it could be in the carpet, like carpet ate it. It's not impossible. Annoying, but not impossible. In which case I'll have to dig it out later. Which gray is it? That's right. With some instructions, not with this one. This one's too old. I think with the newer ones, it actually highlights the piece that's new in the picture. So that way you can easily tell where it's supposed to go. But this one does not. Because it's too old. It just expects you to figure it out as I pull the piece off instead of put the other one on. You know what? But as always, I just keep forcing myself to lay all the pieces out, then put them in. Because it's the only way to make sure that all of the pieces that you have are going in to where they need to be. Especially on the inside. The inside of the Falcon actually does have stuff, but obviously at some point it's going to get buried. So you need to make sure you have it in the right place ahead of time. Oh, who put it in the wrong space? I did. But that's what the tool is for. It off. I say that it won't come off. There we go. There we go. Some of these are a little bit crooked intentionally. Makes for fun times. There's the 4 of those and the 4 of those. That's why we keep the tool out even after we've already taken all the pieces apart, because eventually you're putting something in that space. Maybe if you're a professional Lego person, you might be able to do that. Maybe. I have complete faith that there are many people that are much better at this than me, but yeah. Get out. What's this one? 6. You can hear that. That's just my heat turning on because it got cold again. It is May. Where's the warmth? Where is it? You were here last week. What happened? Did you run away again? I woke up this morning and I'm like, wow, I'm also cold. I haven't had the heat on in a while, but yeah, no. I am too cold-blooded. Where did that one go? Did I not? No, I don't have that one. Where is it? And this is why you're supposed to get all the pieces before you put them in, because it is a catastrophe to make sure all those went in. Where's this one go? There. Up. This one. Sometimes I amuse myself. I took that one piece of carrot apart, even though I knew it was a distinct piece, and there wouldn't be any more of them. Like, those are going to go back together exactly as you took them apart. Like, why bother? But I did. I took it apart. Ridiculous. Where is the 2 these? There we go. Okay. This goes here. I'll rather put it together correctly. I know it's asking for a lot, but there we go. These two. Stickers on them. Oh. Come on. You can do it. Get in there. There we go. Let's see where the stickers go. Oh. Okay. I've got this. No, this is piece. Okay. Is that dark brown or light brown? out. There we go. I'm pretty sure that's right. I say it with such certainty. No, not really. Oh, good news. Did I call it or did I call it? Eventually, I'll get one in there as a sticker. Oh, I did a really bad job putting that sticker on, but that was, when Force Awakens came out. Oh no, I didn't take those apart. That's my bad. One of those. What's over here? Here we go. Come all out, make sure I'm not missing anything. I need to move those over the other side. It's not so annoying. Okay. This is what a pain in the ass to get these off when they took it apart earlier today. All that work just to put them back in again. Tis the one major drawback of Legos as a whole. Is if you like to redo them, it's a real pain in the ass to rip it all apart. Put it out like that. Okay, where's this one? It's driving nuts. Where do they go? Okay, this one's here. This one's here. Where's this one? Where's that one? Where's that one? Here. Yeah, this really is a scavenger hunt at this point. Where's this one go? I don't know. Darn it. There we go. This one. Those. Actually, this one. I need two of them. Where's the other one? Oh, that's the big panel. I'm like, you should have waited until you had the other things. Have those put in before you moved it. Probably. Yeah, sure. I just don't have to keep moving the book all the time. It's driving me nuts. There we go. Okay. I got all the pieces for that one. Okay. Yes. Sure. Sure I do. Let's see what this is. Those two. This here. 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 And this one. Which way is the... This one's this way. This. It's like this. Okay. This one goes right here. And right here. Okay. And I'm gonna put the game table in. Yay! What's it called? Do I remember the name of the game? Absolutely not. No, I do not. That is how dedicated of a Star Wars fan I am. At one point or another, it's like the Star Wars version of chess of some sort. I keep wanting to call it sabak, but that is the wrong. Is it? Is it right? I'm going to Google it. No, that's not that one. Sabak's the card game that they were playing when Han lost the Falcon. But yeah, no, I was incorrect. I knew it was wrong. These are the two characters I was supposed to make. We all know who this guy is. This is Chewbacca. He has a weapon that shoots. Let's see if we can. How far did it go? Well, kids. It's on the floor. Now I gotta remember how to put it back in there. Good news is, usually they give you extras of these because it does shoot. And then here's old Han Solo. I do have a young one from Sleep One for obvious reasons. I did not take them apart. I do not take apart those. That's just not gonna happen. Because no. Just no. Okay. So let's see what we got here. 4 of these. 4 of these. 4 of these. 2. I admit, I don't like the mise en place way of doing things, both in Legos and in puzzles. Other people may not like doing it that way, but it's just, if you have your stuff organized and ready to go, it makes it easier to find the pieces you're looking for. I mean, I bet you'd be better had I stopped playing with them and moving them around all the time, but that's not gonna happen. It's not how I roll. 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Why they don't have you do all 8 of those at once, I'm not entirely certain. Because I feel like you could have done that and it would have been fine. But that's just me being persnickety. Did I not get 2 of those? Yep, it's still in there. These 2. Running around on the internet today, and it was all, at least on my news feed, it was all negative things for Star Wars. I understand that the latest crap that's come out hasn't been that great, but I don't hate Star Wars. I'm not gonna reject everything just because the quality of the new shit is trash. It doesn't take away from the old shit. As long as they don't fuck up on any of the other old stuff, then we'll be fine. Just know your place. Know what you're capable of. Don't do anything else. I admit, when they first started coming out with stuff, I was really mad that they threw away the EU, which is the extended universe. It's the books. They threw away the books. All the lore that went with them. I mean, when, I think it's Filoni, came in, no, yeah. When they did the Mandalorian and they started touching in on the Clone Wars characters, I didn't watched the Clone Wars, so that stuff means absolutely nothing to me. I was genuinely annoyed when Thrawn showed up, because that's not Thrawn. I don't know who that is, but that's not Thrawn. Thrawn should be scary, and he's not. And Thrawn should be absurdly smart, and he's not. So it makes it easier for me to divorce myself from that, purely because it's just not him. Now, admittedly, it's been a while since I read that book, but you don't fucking care to the Empire. You just don't touch it. It's unwise. Especially since they've shown that they don't have the ability to do so in a good way. So, no, just don't do it. Just step up. But I still love the old stuff. Had I had it, I probably would have reread the Heir to the Empire trilogy just because it was so good. I really did enjoy all those books. I did, wait with a great anticipation to watch every single new, read every new book that came out. Because when I was growing up, they didn't have shows. They didn't have the movies. You had just the books. Episode 1 didn't come out until I was in high school. So up until that time, all I had was watching the original trilogy, which Star Wars, A New Hope, is the first movie I saw in the theater, and that was in the re-release. So it'll always hold a good place in my heart because, that was a huge deal. Huge deal. For that to be the first movie you saw in the theater, although it does also ruin anything you watch after that. The chance of that holding, even coming close to being as good as the experience of watching the re-release of Star Wars in the movie theater as the first movie you've ever seen, especially since I love the movie so much, you're never going to beat that. You just can't. Which, especially now, the nostalgia factor, you can't beat that nostalgia. It was a special moment in time. You can't redo that. There's nothing that'll ever even come close to it. And I know that. And it's key for people to remember that. You have to take in the nostalgia factor to that. So anytime they come out with a new series, I didn't mind The Force Awakens, the first movie in the new series, that much. I enjoyed it. It still had the heart of Star Wars in it, probably because the main characters were there. Han and Leia were there to hold you through. Was I sad that Han died? Yes. Was I surprised? Absolutely not. Harrison Ford was one and done. The fact that they got him back at all, thrilled. Just thrilled. I was annoyed that him and Leia broke up. I found that to be bullshit. Especially because I've read the books. So I know that's bullshit. Like, it's just no. But that's partially the whole story was stupid. But they needed the characters to do a specific thing to get to the world that they were in the movie. I let it go, because it still had the heart. It still felt like Star Wars. And then the next two movies just threw away what little good parts of the movie that were there. They just threw it all away. It was wasted potential due to poor planning, honestly. Just because they couldn't be bothered, for whatever reason, to come up with a clear plan of how things were going to go ahead of time. You needed to have written out the storyboard, okay? Force Awakens starts here, ends here. The second movie, I can't remember the name of. I've blocked it. Straight up blocked it. from here to here, and then the third movie starts from here and it goes to there. Like, you should have had that set up. You know where your character starts and ends. You might have a little bit of difference. You might have changed a little bit on the fly, but you should have had those clear story arcs. But instead, you had the second movie, The Last Jedi. Was that what it was? Oh, geez, I don't know. I have seen that movie once. Yeah, I think I just saw it once. And I spent the whole movie thinking, this is just a placeholder. Why are we here? Like, you've accomplished absolutely nothing. Besides getting a whole bunch of people killed, you have accomplished nothing. You sent characters on a side quest for no reason. We're like, hey, we don't have anything to do with you. We're just going to send you off to do something stupid over here. You've accomplished nothing. Yes, technically at some point I think they did something on the big starbase, whatever. It was all pretty, whatever, Rey being on the ship fighting Kylo Ren. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. Just filler. Serves no purpose. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. But, everything that you set up for the characters in the first movie got thrown away in the second one, and everything from the second one got thrown away from the third one. Just pointless. It's like everybody that was involved with that project didn't know how to write anything. I realize I'm not a writer. I can't carry a story to save my life, but that's not my job. That's why I'm not doing that. That's why I don't get paid to do that. Somebody got paid to do that trash. But the books are great. So if you like Star Wars, if you like that world, don't watch the movie. Read the books. I haven't read the books in a long time, obviously, but the original, like the ones that take place after Return of the Jedi, good fun had by all. A whole bunch of extended universe characters that they threw away that would have been great to bring into. But now that's not the right one. Now that's gone too. Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, I've seen Force Awakens numerous times. I've only seen the Last Jedi and what, Rise of Skywalker? Is that what the last one is? I don't know. I genuinely don't know if that's right. And I care so little, I'm not even going to look it up to find out if I'm right or not. And I looked up Sabak because I care. That one, don't care. I shed no tears. I guess I could use it as a teachable moment. Watching the EU get destroyed, the heartache I feel. That way, any other fantasy world that I never got into, that they adapt to the screen, and then I hear people bitch about it, how terribly they did. You would like, okay, that's the same thing as when they fucked with Star Wars. I understand now. Like, you adapt this super poorly, which I guess is the theme nowadays. Hey, this property sold well, let's adapt it, but let's not bother to keep the story the same. We need to change all the characters. Change the character arcs. Well, that's a core part of the story. Your telling a new story, fine. But the character still needs to be the character, because that's what they're there for. They're there for those people. They wanted to see them come to the screen. You really need to put some effort. You spent the money on those characters. You bought that character, so show that character. If you want to have that character go on a new adventure, fine. You can do that, but they still need to be that person. Because you know the fandom's rabid. You know it. You know they're going to be sticklers about making sure it's on point and correct, well adapted. You know that. Like Rings of Power, you know that fan base is devoted to that lore. Did I care about it? No. Have I read it? Yes. Yes, I did. That was so boring. So boring. But I read it because I wanted to see those characters from the movies fleshed out. I wanted to get to know more about them, so I read the books. And it was a slog. Oh, you skipped the next one. Don't do this one. Do this one. It was a slug. I like The Hobbit more, but they broke that book up into 3 movies. That was ridiculous. That was a short and sweet, great book. Hobbit's a great introduction. Hobbit's for kids. Honestly, Hobbit's for kids. I guess the Lord of the Rings trilogy is for kids you want to put to sleep. I mean, gosh. They love me a good fantasy world. It's always fun when you find something that you love, and then there's books that go with it that you can really immerse yourself in that world, which I need to. I need to read the manga that goes with the Korean show Moving, because I really like the show, and I'd like to read the rest of it before the second season comes out. Really get those characters fleshed out. For the love of Pete, go in there. Okay, got it. Get all the characters fleshed out and ready to go. Especially because I don't know how they're going to put the characters from the other manga into season 2 that haven't been introduced in season 1. Because the world of Moving was already introduced in previous mangas before that one. And some of the main characters from one of the other mangas are in the second season. I don't know how they're going to adapt that well. But I have faith. It's written by the person that wrote the manga. So, actually, you know what? Is it a manhwa? Whatever. It's the Korean one. It's a manhwa. My bad. Manhwa. Am I saying it correctly? I don't speak Korean. No, I am not. Just, no. I have faith in my ability to say it incorrectly. My bad. I do not speak Korean, although I watch lots of Korean shows. I can every once in a while. I'll be able to pick out a word. Although if I really want to pick out a lot of words, it's going to be Japanese, not Korean. Japanese, if I watch that, I can get some of that. I can't speak it to save my life, but I can pick out words and know what they're talking about. I got all the way from Star Wars. I feel like if I actually, if I reread those books now, I bet you a lot of that storyline I wouldn't remember anymore. So it might actually be like you're reading them for the first time because it's been long enough. Well, isn't that what you always wanted? To go back to something that you really love and have it to be just like the first time you did it? The first time you watched that movie, first time you read that book? First time you got introduced to that world? Where is that piece? We'll come back to it. That's why I really like to watch reaction channels on YouTube for shows that I've already watched and loved. Like one of my reaction streamers that I watch, they're watching Farscape. And they're just getting into season 3. So, one of the main characters died at the end of season 2. Super dramatic. And she cries very easily. So it's always enjoyable to watch them have the joy and excitement that you had the first time you watched it, because you can't have that again. To be able to watch somebody else watch something like that for the first time, it's so much fun. I enjoy it. It adds a little bit something to it than if you were just watching it alone. And it also eliminates, I always have the big worry I'm going to accidentally give a plot point away. You know, when you're sitting next to somebody and you've already seen it, you may laugh, you know, before the joke happens, or you'll ruin something just because you've already seen it. You know what's coming. You know that joke is coming. That may just be me. Maybe I'm bad at that. But look, it's because they're all together. That's why I couldn't see it. You know, when I put those together earlier, I was like, what happens when you look right at it and don't see it because they're all together? And I thought to myself, no, I won't. I know I put them together. At least I'm consistent. But yeah, I really enjoy that. What I watch, Dylan is in trouble because his sarcasm amuses the bejesus out of me. But he watched the Star Wars trilogy, the original trilogy, for the first time. And it was so entertaining to watch him see something like that for the first time, because I've obviously seen the Star Wars original trilogy numerous times. So, and honestly, the original trilogy, some of it, it's fairly cheesy. Let's all be honest here. It's very cheesy. Sometimes you wince a little bit, like it does not stand the test of time. One of the many reasons why I like Indiana Jones better, because it does stand the test of time much better than Star Wars does. Which, you think being sci-fi stands the test of time better? I don't know. It just doesn't. But that's just me. That's my personal preference. Whatever you like is whatever you like. I'm going to stop you. This way. There. Ta-da. But it was super entertaining. I enjoyed it. He liked Empire the best out of all of them. As do I. Just. Did you already get one of those? Yes. How about this one? Did you get one of those? No. I really like how I put that one together. That's all. This piece. It's just a whole stack of them. That's a lot. Hopefully none of these break, because I don't know how many extras of these I got. 6 of those. 1 or 2. Okay. I think that's right. And here is Finn. Pew pew. Okay. the Falcon. Yeah, the recent family get together that I was at, my oldest sister was talking about how the things they used to do to me when I was a kid. And she was saying how they would convince me that the Millennium Falcon was going to come pick me up at the end of the driveway, and then I would go out there and stand out there and wait for the Millennium Falcon to come. And I thought it was amusing that she would say that, because I remember going to the end of the driveway and standing out there waiting for the Millennium Falcon, because I totally did. But I don't remember them ever teasing me about that or encouraging me to go out there. I just thought the end of the driveway was on like a hill. So I always picture myself standing on the hill like it was Luke in Star Wars standing on the hill looking out at the two suns as they set. Like, that's what I was always thinking. I was like, who knew I could blame that on my siblings? I mean, that's what they're there for. I'm the youngest. They're the oldest. I should blame everything on them. Is that not how this works? But to me, I always looked at that as me, a child, wanting to run away from my siblings and go on Millennium Falcon. I mean, I thought it was cool. I thought it was awesome. I never once thought that they were teasing me. I don't remember them teasing me at all. Like, I'm sure they did. That's what older siblings do. But I don't remember any of them. But I don't know. I thought it was funny. But yeah, I definitely did. I remember it. How old was I? I have no idea. I don't know. 10-ish, maybe at most. At most 10. But, you know, back in the day, we didn't have social media, or I had a Nintendo, the original Nintendo. But besides that, we had to entertain ourselves. Read a book, do something. I don't know. Oops. Gotta pull it over this. Okay. Where do these go? Consider it one of my greatest skills, my imagination. Let it run wild. I don't need to go anywhere and do anything. So when I look at kids nowadays and like, oh, they give their kids a timeout, like that would be the best thing ever, because I would just run away in my head. I'd be, making shit up in my head the entire time. I'd be thrilled. Like, that's not really punishment for me. Interacting with humans, that would be punishment. Make me do that. Go socialize. That'd be catastrophic. That'd be the punishment you'd want to avoid. time out. Sure. Okay. That. Oh. That's not right. Although, it also comes into the things that never occurred to me as a kid, that as an adult, it occurred to me that some people may not actually have an imagination, which is really odd, but it must be true. Why is that not right? Oh. It's not put in the right spot. Correct. You are correct. There we go. There's always a reminder. Thing that really should be taught to all kids is that there are different types of brains, different ways of looking at things. Not everybody thinks the same as you. There's nothing wrong with any way. It doesn't matter, how you think. It's not a huge issue. It just makes you understand. Sometimes you'll see something someone does and you're like, why? I don't understand. Like, how could you think that this is a good idea? Why would this be your choice? What are you doing? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't compute. Because their brain doesn't work the same that mine does. And that's not derogatory. That's not against them. It's not about that. It's just a literal thing. Nowadays they call it neurodivergent. I don't really care what it is. It's just, I don't consider it to be divergent. There's just different ways of thinking. And the more you understand that, the more you understand other people. 3. There's the last of the big ones. 2 of those. Come here. These 2. And then this one. This. Okay. Cut. Skills. Moment of pride right there. Moment of pride. Is that the inside? No, that's the outside. Well done. Well done. That's backwards. joy of joys. Did I throw it on the floor again? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Because those are the kinds of skills that I have. I know you're jealous. I wonder if I didn't need double of those and I only needed one. Well, we don't find out, so that's fine. Oh, I needed 2 of those, so I need 2 more of those. Cross that bridge when we get to it. Six. These one. Oh, I only need 1. I got double for nothing. Well, saw that coming. Okay, it's fine. Cross that bridge when we get to it. I saw the times 2, and I thought, oh, I need times 2 of these. No, I do not. No, I do not. I guess we could say, at least I don't. It's better to have too many than not enough. I will use them soon enough. It'll be fine. It's not the worst mistake I've ever made. Probably won't be the worst mistake I make even on this stream alone, so 'tis fine indeed. sure it's the right way. And this one. That's way too much of this stuff. The good news is there should be a third one of these. Well, not straight. You got this thing. It's going to go all the way around. So you have, this is section 2 of 4. I will be using this soon enough. Don't matter. All one thing. Come on, sit in there. Fighting it the whole way. This way. There's 4 of these. 3 of these. 6, this one. These 2. And then 2 of these. I already got those 2. Any one of these, this is what I was missing. That. This one goes this way. Just remember, these places break super easily, so be gentle. They'll go fit in there. They'll be fine. There we go. I know if that's the long one or the regular size one. Nope, wrong way. Always double check it. Make sure you orient it the same way the picture is. That way it'll reduce the chance that you mess it up like I did. So this one side has the things on it and the other side doesn't. So I've been telling it apart. Too many of those. Yeah, because there's 4 in there. Where's this one go to? Didn't need one of those out. And then that goes here on the back side. Okay. Back. 3. 4. 1 and 1. 4. 2. 3. These 2. These 2. So I need 3 more 3s. Okay. One. 4. 1. 2. 6. 1. 2. Beep. I gotta get the 4. No, I did not. Oh, big in. I didn't put the feet on this. Because there are feet. I mean, landing feet that he sits on, and they are not. Oh, there you go. But you can tell the outside of the Falcon is starting to come together. The outside. So we just need this section, because that one's already done. As I treat it with love and care. Not really. I'm surprised I didn't just drop it and then I have to fix it. Like I did with Hedwig. Good times had by all. By good times, I mean great googly moogly. Don't panic, don't panic. I once, the Slave 1 comes with the stand, so you can set it up like it's flying. If you know what it looks like when it's flying, good. If you don't, it's okay. You don't care either way. So it can lay flat, how it lands, or it can sit up and it flies. It has a stand it'll sit on. The first time I did Slave 1, I put one piece on the inside in the wrong spot. And that one piece on the inside being in the wrong spot meant that you could not put it in the stand because it blocked the holes that the stand goes into to hold it upright. It was a catastrophe because in order to get it, you'd have to rip it entirely apart. So I had to rip it completely apart and redo it. Now, some people, I'm sure, are much better at it than I am, and they would have been able to make that work. Like to just take apart the few things you needed to take apart. But it was literally in the middle. In the middle. If ever you were going to not mess something up, it'd have to be there. Because there's no, you're talking, that's the first bag of pieces that you put together. That was a long, long time ago. There's no, if you're missing a piece on the outside, if you can't find it when you're looking through, generally I'll just make a note of it in my head. And then if I happen to run across that piece, or when I get to the end, if it turns up, I can put it back in. Or now, because I have so many extra pieces, I'll look and see. If I have an extra one, I'll just use that one. And that way, if I end up with an extra one at the end, I can just do that. But to have something that catastrophic, I don't know how I did it. And then I ended up, it wasn't the last time, it was the time before when I put the Slave 1 together. The piece that I was missing was the guide piece that was in the middle, so it was bright orange. And I could not for the life of me figure out how I put that set together and missed the guide that's bright orange and didn't realize that it was missing. Like, how do you do that? How do you miss such a fundamental piece? And it's not like it fell out and you just didn't know where it came from. Because it's bright orange on a Slave 1 ship that doesn't have any orange on the outside of it, you had to have noticed. I mean, you should have. I marvel at it because I don't understand how this could happen. I don't know what I did I don't get it. I don't know. Completely flummoxed. Just boggles the mind. But there's number 4. There it is. Obviously, you know, that's what the extra box is for. I have this beautiful box of all my pieces organized by what size they are, what color they are, things that accumulated over time, all organized and set up that way. If I am missing a piece, I can quickly and easily see if I have it or not, because it'll be in its designated spot. I did that when I got all the extra pieces for Christmas. I went through and, you know, trying to figure out, I wanted them all to fit in that box. They don't actually fit. There's a whole entire bag of just black pieces that does not fit in that one, which is fine. It's not the end of the world. It's just, I can fit most of them in there. That works just fine. Yeah. One more. Last run through. Okay. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Okay. Nope. Get out. He needs to go 1 hour. And this one goes here. And this one is our troublemaker. That's the piece we're missing. BB-8 pieces. Do we have an extra? I don't think so. No. Sassafras. I wasn't missing one underneath as far as I know. Let's see if it ran away at some point. That's black. That's not right. Wanted. No. Okay. That's what we'll do. We're going to put it there for now. I'll clearly know that it's missing because it's the top. And then I will just, maybe it'll turn up. Oh, digging. It's disappointing. But yet again, as I said before, those pieces break super easily. So it's not a matter of I would be shocked that it was broken at some point. It's like I didn't run across a broken one. So this goes here. Here we go. And then, so tedious, so tedious. Sit. Okay. This one. Then this goes in here. Where did it click at? Is it here? Like that. There. Then six. And then I have the gray. Yeah, the gray. Six. I just threw that somewhere. If I see where it landed? No. There's done. Time to run off. Okay. BB-8. This is the fourth BB-8 that I have. You know, I've got too many of them. Okay. Oh, that's green. Where's this one go? Ha! Got it. Wrench. Six. I have to put this one in advance so I know which one it goes. One of them has a sticker on it. All the rest of them don't. It's always got to be one troublemaker in the bunch. These four. And then, where's the other one? There's the last one. There's one. Okay. Well, there's a tactical error. That wouldn't be wrong, would it? Yes, it would. Yes, it would. There's one that goes the test press, so we don't put them together. One that goes this way and one that goes that way. I don't know if you can see it. But one of the grippies are different ways. Oh, jeez. I tossed one on the floor. But it was obviously the opposite way, which I did not realize it. My bad. But in order for him to go in correctly, there. Oopsie daisy. Okay. Okay. So interesting how at this point, you won't just get one or two, you'll get the whole entire group. Whatever's left of each piece, you just take all of them. Which, no, the piece I'm missing still hasn't turned up yet. It's not a good sign. Not a good sign. This one goes here. But I'm still doing the scavenger hunt, trying to find where these pieces go. Does it go on that one? Yes, it does. Hoping that the piece I'm missing, that's not the right size, magically turns up. That's not right. That's not the right size. I assume it's going to be these. Although, yeah, because they have this one and this one. It's the drawback of having the stickers already on them, is that you're going to run across it where you don't know which one they wanted. But as long as you know that there is more than one, you'll try to verify it before you lock it in where you're going to put it. As always, flip it around so it's in the correct order so you can see it, because you'll never, I mean you can, but it's just, you're going to make it harder if it's not on the same side as when you're doing it. Which, yet again, which way? Goes this way? The joy of this section really is just trying to figure out where in the heck, oh, this goes right here, these random pieces go. I only need one red one, so Yahtzee. I really can't tell very well for some of these. There's the nope. Do I still need a 4? And a 4. Where does it go? No one knows. No one knows. Okay. Let's do this way. There we go. Is that great? It's this one. They were like, hey, you'll never find where this goes. We're going to circle it for you because we don't want you to spend 15 years trying to figure it out. They literally circled it. If only they could do that every time, because honestly, a lot of square footage you're going to have to check to figure out where it goes. This time, we're going to check to make sure. It's right there. If I can find any of them, where are they? No. Here's this one. One. Here's the other one. Oh, great googly, by the way. Two. Hey. And then 4 of these. And 1 of these. Okay. Where does it go? Right there. Is that gray or is that shiny? Well, that's gray it is. Brown. Bag number 7. No, it probably would help if you knew how many bags there were to start with. Just saying. Okay. 2 of those. 1, 3. 2 black. 1 gray. 8. 2, 3, 4, 5. Get off. 6, 7, 8. 1 of that one. 2 of that one. 1 of this one. And 1 4. 2 4s. My bad. Okay. There we go. Two fours. 1 1. I don't see that at all. 1 Oh, I can't. Oh, it's not. It's this one. Well, you know what? To my eyes, it looked tan, but it's actually orange. And again, yeah, sometimes the pictures are really, I can't tell. There we go. This one. Nope. Like, where's the other one? You only need 3. How many do you have in your hand? You have 3. You have 3 in your hand. Skills. Look. I don't understand why, but it's time to flip it to the bottom. This one's always a little bit odd. So this wants you to go into this side, like this. And this will go here. And this one. That just broke off of all things. Okay. And this, is it 8 or is it, that's 6, I need this one. And then one of these. As it rolls underneath. Come here. Oh, where's the drop down thingy? Oh. That's the gun on the bottom. I just put it on there and everything falls off. You know, it's the small things. Sit. Stay. And that goes on there. Here's your guns. Four of those. Two of these. One more of these. And then 2 4s. One, that's 3. That's another 3. There's the other 4. Well, as always, first you have to see. Out of 4. How could it possibly? Oh, no. That's all. Oh, look. Sassafras. I put one of these is not like the other. Can you tell the difference? I can. Problem solved. Problem solved. It's okay. It's okay. We can fix it. We can fix it. Where does it go? The arrow doesn't really. Oh, okay. This one goes here. And this one goes here. there's our feet in. Ooh. There's the scales. Okay. Generally concerned for a hot second I was going to flip that over and break it. Oops. Say it didn't want to go in there. It doesn't quite. Here I was not giving it enough to get it in there. I didn't want to hurt it. That was too nice. My bad. That's not the right one. 2 of those. Nope. How about that? 2 of these. 1 of these. And the viewport, that's that one. Nope. This one. Put 2 of them on there, or did I only put 1? And then 3. That's it. Nope. Missing. There we go. Okay. You can go in there. Okay. 4. 4. 1. Okay. Two threes. One, four. Four. One of those. Another four. One gray. And this one. Oh. That's interesting. I don't know exactly how you wanted it, but kind of stuck in there. Something appears. Well, that's not right. This shouldn't be out like that. Like this, maybe? And this is here. Nope. I wonder if it's this way. And this one goes here. Okay. No. Here we go. At first you don't succeed. Hello, watcher. Did you enjoy me struggle to try to fix what I wrote? because I did it wrong, as always. Looked at the instructions, didn't do it correctly, had to go back and fix it. It happens, but I was able to find my mistake, so I gotta give myself credit for that. And look, this piece fell out of the bottom. Who came up with this terrible plan? I don't know why, because it's every time I've ever done this, it's always fallen out. I don't know who came up with this terrible system, but it just doesn't sit in there very well. It's the bane of my existence. I don't know why I bothered to put it back in right now, because I'm still working on it, and it's going to fall out again. And when it falls out again, I'm going to have to just put it right back in again. So, foolish, foolish me. I'm actually fairly far into the build. I'm down to the top, because it'll just have pieces that go around in the cockpit. I haven't done the cockpit yet, but I still haven't run across the one piece I'm missing either, which I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to rig this to work. I wonder if I used a dark gray one instead of a light one, just to rig it up to make it work, because I'm missing that. Which it happens. If I've ever done Legos before, it happens, or it's just me. I mean, we can go either way. That's also an acceptable answer. I messed it up somewhere. I tend to lose things. It's fine. That's fine. It's slightly annoying, but I'll survive. It's not the worst thing that's ever happened to me. It's a common piece. All else fails, I can order one to replace it. I know it looks fairly similar to one I had a lot of problems with on Slave 1, so I wonder if I didn't have the right one in for this one and I used it in the other ship, not realizing that this one was missing a piece. And technically, I could probably put it in there, even with the piece missing. So it goes here. They finally starting to put the top in. And then just act like it's there, as I've clearly been putting it together without it the whole time. But oh, look, it's one I have to do two of. That's exciting. Let's see. Two of those. Four of these. We reached the part of the stream where I just get quiet and I get so zoned in to trying to get this done that I forget that I'm streaming altogether. And then I just, when I get done, hope that I haven't hummed through the entire thing, because eventually I'll just start playing music in my head and that'll be it. That'll be that. Okay. You don't have these. Fun part is when they have two of them. Oh, it's on the other side. Why is it the whole one? Did I click on something, or is that just to distinguish it? Like, what is the point of this? Never mind. Don't ask such questions. Probably no purpose whatsoever, but it's just drive me nuts. 3. Since I'm the only person that sees this, technically, if it's wrong, nobody will ever know. Well, even if they came over and looked at it, what are the odds they'd know that this one's missing a piece? Oh, it doesn't sit in there right. That was clearly right when I took it apart today. I just. That's right. Driver's so crazy. 4 of them? Seriously? Okay. Okay. these. And what else am I missing? 4 of the 3s. That's 2, 4. There's 3. Keep on with that. Did I not do? No, I didn't put that one in. I dumped it on the floor is what I did. I had mad skills. Mad skills. Okay. Which one does it want? It wants this one. This one. And then the front 2. Nope, that's not the front one. Smarty. Well, no. Here. I really do always have it in the orientation that it is in the picture. Oh, yeah, that was right. For whatever reason, I need that extra step. I really can't tell very well without it. Two, 3, 4, and then 4 of these. 4 of these. Okay, and before I put those in, do not skip an entire section. Do not skip an entire section. 4 of these. 2 of these. 3 of the flat tops. Can I find one? 1. 4 of those. It's not a good sign. Where are the rest of them? 2, 3. Okay. Let's see if we can't finagle out. Okay. So this one goes here. This one goes here. I don't know how I'm missing this, but where's the... I don't know. I need to remember to go back to that at some point. Here. I don't know why they don't have you put it on before you attach it. I wonder if maybe it's just because they have them all be the same exact one, and like you can just go back there and fix it. That didn't even make sense in my own head. Now that I hear that out loud. Maybe to save a little bit of time by not having. Where's that piece? Did I skip? No, I just don't have one of those in my head. That's fine, that's fine. This one's this one. As always, what do we do in Legos? Count. Count. How many up from the bottom is it? It's 4. So now I have these left over. Where do these go? Because I had 4. I put in 2. Where'd the rest of them go? You're all driving me nuts. Nuts, I tell you, nuts. This is the drawback of them not highlighting where they go. Because it is 4, right? 4, yeah. And then only one of those. So I put one of those in. So that's done. But you're 4. So on here, well, oh, here's one. Ha! And there's the other one. But I don't know why I don't have... Did this one fall off, or did I never put it on to begin with? I ask myself. Because I remember grabbing one. I don't know. Here we go. We're just going to act like I somehow missed it. I wonder if it was right there. So I guess I just didn't put it on. Because if it fell off, it'll turn up. That's the least of my worries. I have mad skills. Mad skills. Late at night. Oh. There's the other one. Did I not get 4? That's 3. Did I not? Can you count to 4? No. No, I cannot. At hour 3, apparently no. Well, actually lost that skill. But no worries. I can easily get get another one. Assume. Let's see where they go. This one. This one. This one. And the front one. And then 3 of these. 3 of these. Three of the shiny gray. Not to be mistaken with the other gray. Or the other gray. And one of those. Okay. So this one requires this. This. 4. 5. Sit. There we go. I don't know why I say sit. It's not like it's going to magically make it go down in the right spot. How do I not have a solid one? Did I not grab a solid? No, it's already in there. Okay. And this one requires this. It's up 5. So this one's 6. And this one is up 5, 6. Nope. Sassafras 6. And this is down 5. There we go. Last but not least, to the end of the line, kids. To the end of the line. There's a 3. There's the shiny one. this one, black one, the weird shape thingamajiggy, and the piece that goes into it. I'm sorry, dish. Where does the dish go? Doesn't the dish get knocked off at some point in the film? I feel like it does. And now, for the front piece. Oh, I gotta do both sides and the top that comes out? Okay. Sure. Sure. Two of those. Get it in, not be such a hot mess. Here we go. Get it closer to the Falcon. Okay. And then, nope. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 of the little ones. Fun excitement. This one. Nope. Why is it not the right length? Oh. It helps to put the last one in the right spot. You know, it's the small things. Help get things right. Then 2 little black ones. 4. These 2. The drawback to putting the little ones together to keep them organized is that sometimes they really don't want to go apart, which is why I don't put a lot of little ones together. So that way it's just easier. Although it makes it more full of clutter at the beginning, it's reduces some of the time of trying to yank them back apart again. 6. Great. 2. 5. That's number 6. 6. That's not where that goes. Just 1, 4. This one, 4 of these. 3. There's the 4th one. 4. 2 of these. 2. 1, Twins way this way? Is it in the first one? There's that. Look at it. It's coming together. It looks like the Falcon now. Skills. Where's the 3? There it is. One black. One gray. 1 4. This one. Oh, that's just the way it looks. 4. Black one. Which way is it? I guess that way. There's the 3. Not a 3, is it a 2? Probably. And then this one. Okay. One of these. 1 3. What's the gun? When I was cleaning this earlier, taking it apart to redo it, I forgot that there's a piece in here that shoots a little, this thing, out of the front of it. And so I was cleaning and actually pressed the button that ejected it out of the front. And then I had to hump the piece down. Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Not really, not even a little bit. But at least I remembered for the other side, because there's a gun and there's a thing that shoots on both sides. So for the other one, I caught it, but it didn't fly away and have to crawl across the floor to find it. That's always a bust. Please stop throwing pieces on the floor. You gotta eventually get used to it. Okay. This one. I mean, I could try. fail miserably, but I could try. Where do these two go? In the front. This one. No, I tend to have it like that. One of these. These. This one and the last one goes right there. Aha! And that clicks into here. There. One side of the Falcon. Keeping it. There we go. Where's the 3 in the front? Nope. Here, like that. Well, we're about to find out how much I missed. Cross fingers, because we're already just missing one right now. Let's not be missing any more. Seriously? Yeah, we're so consistent. That way. Hit it backwards. Beep. Okay. that one. And then one. Thanks, friends. One of these goes right here. And these two. This one. And this one. And this goes in here. These two for. Did I miss those on this one? Are those supposed to be in here? Did I miss those on both? Yep. At least I'm consistent. The fact that I was able to figure out what it was for on the fly, I'm quite proud of myself. And then this one must be what I used because I didn't have enough of the other one. So it did actually come out even. I'm just somehow missing one of the gray ones. I just got to remember that. That way, if I'm ever doing a different set and I am missing the light gray, the dark gray, and I have a light gray one, then that must be how it happened. I can't really say how, but the one drawback of this shit is it has the cockpit here, which is all fine and dandy, but it's actually fairly hard to I don't know if there's anything else on there besides this. Where's the this is for here. Get the figures, the Lego figures inside the cockpit and get them to sit there. Why aren't you sitting in the spot like you're supposed to? What's wrong? What's wrong? What happened? Why are you mad? There we go. Now that I've shoved it on there, I can't get the characters in there. Okay, here is our two things. This arm our Falcon. So that is the Falcon in all its glory. And that means that I am missing one gray one. So now I gotta see how well I can fix. Well, number one, I gotta find it. And then at least it's an easy fix. So there's our Falcon in all of her glory. And then you can go inside. They've made it so you can play with it, so you can go inside And somewhere in here, there's the game table where I always put Chewbacca at. Inside, and I put Poe with him over here. I guess I could sit Poe down. Sit, Poe, sit. There we go. See? Skills. I could get Chewbacca to sit down with gun in hand, no less. And then I wonder if I could put the one of the bad guys in the hold. Will he fit in the slot that always falls off? No, it isn't. But I did make it fall out. Oh, for Pete's sakes. And the shield fell off? Obviously. We're just going to set him over here with his friend. Why? Because that's where we're... The two pirates from Force Awakens that are in the movie for like 3 seconds. Those guys. Who get eaten by that weird creature. Put it in there. Then, let's see if we can't put this back in there. It's a skill. How many times have I put the smuggler's hold back in there? A bazillion. Lego, I'm disappointed in you. It drives me nuts. Could we not make it? So it's darn near impossible. Okay. Put the shield back on. It's not fully connected. One will never know. Get on there. Get on there. There we go. All else fails, get mad. And now, let's see if we can't get Han and Rey to sit in the cockpit. Which side is Han supposed to be on the right side, right? Because technically Chewbacca's space is on the left. Why won't his arm go up? Does the arm not move? There we go. I need your arm to go up so I can make you sit, Han. That's your... It's necessary. And then put Rey here. She don't fit. First, because she's carrying her weapon. Her hair just fell off. Oh, technology. Okay, okay. There we go. Hold the gun in the air. Like I just don't care. I wonder if it does. There. Will it close? Put it up, right side up. With Rey and Han in there. No, Rey fell off. We don't care. We don't care. But that is the Millennium Falcon in all of its glory. It does actually look very nice. I will admit. It's a great piece. I mean, the bigger one does look better than this, but I don't know. Yeah, that's going to get put in right when it gets back on display. That, it looks all beautiful because I cleaned it off earlier today. I dusted all the different parts, and it's all now nice and pristine and clean. I guess this is the one perk of it being plastic is that you can clean it off fairly well. It's not going to be destroyed. But I don't know why, like, this one moves. I don't know what the purpose of that's for. But that, and if anybody wants to play with it, this one you can play with it. I'm not a huge play with it person. There's only one set I've ever really played with, and that is Indiana Jones. So when I put that one together, people will understand. And then in here somewhere, if you push your finger in this, it shoots the thing out. But I gotta chomp it and put it back in. There we go. So, thanks everyone for watching this riveting 3-hour and 30-minute putting the Millennium Falcon together. It's 1,330 pieces. At least you could say for Legos, you can put pieces together much faster than a puzzle. But obviously, it comes with instructions. So you literally just have to read the 159 pages worth of instructions to put it together. I'm also happy that I'm not actually missing any pieces. Technically, I was missing the correct piece. But that must have been for a while. I might want to put a note in the instructions to see if I can't put that wrong piece down below somewhere you won't be able to see it as easily instead of being up top. Although it's not going to make a huge difference because they're both gray. You could just argue that that's how it's supposed to be. Or, you know, it's the Millennium Falcon. They're just putting that baby together with duct tape and hoping for the best. So, who knows? Thanks, everybody, for watching this video. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what I could do better. If you have any suggestions, anything you want me to do different. If you want to watch me clean all the Legos and break them apart and organize and then put them back together, I actually did that on the first Lego video I did. But it's, you know, I did actually have people come in on that one and then they left because they didn't want to watch me organize the pieces. So just let me know. Thanks for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Go watch something you love. Have some fun. I'll see you next time.